Have you ever seen a headline so ridiculous you thought, man, if this is true, this will literally blow my mind? It's kind of like if you read Unicorn Eats Dinosaur at Christmas Holiday Party. It's like, hold it for a second. There's a lot I need to catch up on. Well, that's what I thought when I read this headline by The Medium. 44% of all single family homes purchased were by private equity firms in 2023. Like, hold up. I'm actively in real estate. How have I not noticed 44% of the properties being purchased by private equity firms? I understand private equity firms buy homes sometimes tens, hundreds, thousands at a time, whole communities. They're not going directly to realtors, but Dallas is a very popular area for out of state investors, institutional investors. Like, I would have seen the trends here. And also, I was thinking, man, I saw the bill introduced by the Democrats to ban institutional investors. Maybe these two things are linked. Well, let's break down the fact from the fiction in today's episode of Real Estate After Dark. Because the facts come out at night. If this is your first time hearing the sound of my voice, my name is David. I have a background in underwriting. As a mortgage loan officer and a realtor, I purchased multiple homes myself, but most importantly, I've helped hundreds of people just like you buy their first home in real life. Welcome back to House Rich, the first time homebuyer show where we provide you actionable steps in layman terms to buy your first home. Let's get right into it. So, first thing when you're analyzing an article, always say, like, what's the source of information? It was put out by the Medium, but let me see who the author was. It was by the homeless romantic, described as a PhD rocket surgeon and aspiring troglodyte. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't seem to have anything to do with real estate investing or economics. They're not like a economist, I want to say. Here's an excerpt from the article because I like to actually read the articles, not just the headlines. According to a study by Business Insider, during the third quarter, these firms accounted for 44% of the purchases of single family homes compared to independent operations. So, first and foremost, the headline is already debunked by the article itself. It's like, oh, just during the third quarter, allegedly 44% of purchases were by these institutional investors. Let's kind of keep going and reading. This increasing presence of private equity in the residential property market has raised concerns about its impact on housing prices and the ability of individual home buyers to compete. Okay, that kind of makes sense. But let's click on the hyperlink to the Business Insider article and see what that has to say. Because that's what a lot of people bank on, is you not actually doing the research to their research. Well, the Business Insider links to actually an article by The Atlantic. Interesting that it doesn't link to the actual Business Insider article that they're referencing. But let's see what this article says. Well, the headline is Meet the Latest Housing Crisis Scapegoat. Blaming the housing crisis on hedge funds and private equity may be easy, but it's dead wrong, by Jerusalem Dimsas, DMSAS. So, okay, so the article they linked as the source of the information is literally contradicting the article itself. Because, of course, that is a ridiculous headline. 50% essentially of homes are not purchased by institutional investors. It would make absolutely no sense for that to be accurate. So, what are the numbers? First and foremost, let's define what an institutional investor is in the first place. It is defined as somebody that owns over 1,000 single family residences. So then there's other levels. There's smaller national investors, defined as someone that owns between 100 and 999 single family properties, and regional investors between 10 and 99 properties, and then mom and pop investors between 1 and 9 properties. Well, institutional investors, as you can see by this chart, make up a whole 3% of the market. Now, if we really look at it, I mean, 3 out of every 100 homes are owned by institutional investors. Yeah, that is kind of a large number. Because if there was an extra 1 to 2% on the inventory, hey, maybe that would help something shake in the housing market, especially with us being at all-time lows as far as housing inventory. But 3 is nowhere near 44%. Still have no idea where they got that number from. I guess the homeless romantic had their facts wrong. Or maybe they just lied to you for clickbait, because it got me to click on it, it got me to do an episode, and it got a bunch of folks to share the article without actually reading about it. I'm a realtor in Dallas and would love to help you reach your goals of home ownership. So click the link in the description and just schedule a call no matter where you are on your journey. Not in Dallas? No worries, I can help connect you with a vetted realtor in your local jurisdiction as well. And feel free to share with friends, family, and foes. Everyone gets love. Mission accomplished for them. This takes me to the next headline, which is an actual true story. Democrats want to kick big investors out of the housing market to improve affordability. Now, this would be a huge deal if institutional investors actually owned 44% of all the properties. And it's through a bill called End Hedge Fund Control of American Homes Act of 2023. And they define a hedge fund as an applicable entity with 50 million or more in net value of assets under management. Let's talk about what the bill aims to tackle. The bill introduced in the Senate would require hedge funds to sell off their single-family homes over the next 10 years. It would also prevent hedge funds from owning all single-family homes at all, or any single-family homes at all. Would make more sense if I said it like that. And so let's really just step back and think about this. These hedge funds have hundreds of millions, billions of dollars. You think that they're going to let some senator dictate what they do with their money? Like, money rules the world. They're going to do lobbying. They're going to promote other candidates before they let this bill pass. Next, let's say in the fantastical scenario, the bill does pass. All these institutions will do is make smaller corporations under themselves that are under that $50 million threshold. You'll see a bunch of companies pop up that only own $48 million in assets, $40 million in assets, that will just be doing the exact same things that these hedge funds own. So this bill is neither here nor there. It's like good headline. I think election season's coming up, but it's not going to have any impact. And here's the thing, like, nobody's coming to save you. Not Joe Biden, not the orange guy. Like, no one's coming to save you when it comes to helping you buy a home. You need to educate yourself, put together a plan, and then if you're ready financially and mentally, execute and purchase some real estate. Because the only data point that is accurate is that home prices will continue to go up forever. Because all the data in the world says that is what has happened in the past and what will continue to happen in the future. So there you go. Those are this week's news stories. As always, buy land. Rumor has it they're not making any more of it. There goes a better pop.